Hello and welcome. In this video I'd like to take a quick look at the Applique tool in Hatch Embroidery software. I've prepared some simple artwork and placed it in the work area. I'll digitize the first object and then take a look at the settings that are available to us. From the menu, select Applique and then Digitize Applique tool. Notice, as soon as I select the tool, the properties of the applique appear in the Object Properties list on the right side of your work area. You can choose these settings now, but don't worry if you forget anything, they're fully editable later. For the time being, I'm happy with the defaults. Okay, so let's get to work. The tool is already selected. Choose a colour and click away. It doesn't matter where you begin. Remember, left clicks for sharp corners and right clicks of the mouse for curves. It's a good idea to try and place as few nodes as possible to get a more even shape. But if you don't get it right, don't worry, we can adjust everything later. The Applique tool is self-closing, so when you get close to your finish point, hit enter to complete the shape. Now let's take a closer look at the properties. To make it easier, I'll hide the image. Under the View menu, select Show Design and uncheck the vector file. Note, you can dim the image here as well. The top section of the list allows us to select a material background or image, but we'll add that shortly. Just below in Style, you'll see two options. The first, Pre-Cut, will place down a run stitch as a guide for you to lay down your pre-cut applique material. Trim in Place will create two run lines. One is a guide to lay your material down and the second to stitch it in place. The tack stitches will hold the material securely ready for the cover stitch. The tack stitches can be none, single run, blanket or zigzag, and as you can see you're able to adjust both spacing and width of these stitches. The cover stitch spacing and width can also be adjusted. A final setting adjusts the cover stitch in relation to the tack downs by using the slider. Once you are happy with the first shape, let's turn on the images again. Here is a tip. Shift D on your keyboard will turn vector images on or off, or go back to the View menu as we did before and reverse our selections. Now to complete the rest of the shapes. Okay, instead of digitizing, let's just right click and drag to create the remaining hearts. Now we can make some final adjustments to the column width and colours. To get a good idea of what the finished product looks like, I'll add a fabric image to the first background. You can now see we have some wasted stitches. Part of the cover stitch in the first heart will be covered by the fabric in the second heart. This is repeated in the second and third hearts. These stitches are unnecessary and will add bulk to your design. Select in turn the top heart and then remove overlaps from the toolbar. Repeat this for the second heart and the stitches have been moved. Not removed, they are hidden as you can see. To remove them, select all hearts and apply the Partial Applique tool. Perfect. All unnecessary stitches have been removed and there are no bulky areas to worry about. So now you can see each heart is stitched separately and completed before the next one is stitched. You may wish to save some time and stitch all fabric down before the cover stitch. The Combine Applique tool will break the objects apart and stitch all guides, then tack downs and finally the cover stitches. Remember, this will remove the applique properties. So my recommendation is to save your EMB file first and only use this feature when you're about to send to your embroidery machine. I hope this has given you a good introduction to the Applique tool. Thanks for watching.